Hello everyone, it is Erin Floto here, and I am here doing a 2020 bullet journal theme tier list. So I thought it would be fun because I've seen a lot of tier lists and I really like watching these types of videos for like different movie series and games and things like that. So I thought it would be fun to do it for my bullet journal list. So I have a tier list ranked from S to E. I decided to leave F off because that made me sad thinking about one of my spreads being an F. So I am going to rank my 2020 setup and then every single monthly cover page and theme for this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start with my 2020 setup page, which was the geometric endangered animals, which I really love this theme. It was very minimalist. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was very simple to set up. It was just black and white with a little bit of blue, and I really, really loved it. So I think starting off, I'm going to rank this an A tier. I think I'm going to rank this an A tier. I am thinking that because I really, really like the minimalist look. It's not a look I go for a ton, but I really do like that type of look when it comes to my setup videos. So, and then I'm like kind of eyeing over here in this side that I know two of these I want to rank higher, I think. Okay, anyways, let's go on to January. So my January theme was a resolutions, I can't remember what I actually called it. It was like resolutions and like getting fit and things like that. So I had this like banner with January. I had a lot of checkered flags and gold, red and blue and gold medals and things like that. But considering how January went after that, or how 2020 went after that, I thought like a go get 'em attitude was great, and then 2020 happened. So I am probably going to rank this an E because while I had high hopes that 2020 would go well, this theme in retrospect did not do it for me. I was traveling a lot and it was hard. So February, I moved into my craft notebook and I did a Harry Potter love potion theme. So I used watercolor in the craft paper, and this was my first time doing a craft paper notebook. So I really like this theme because it was like Harry Potter-esque, but it wasn't screaming Harry Potter. It was like a very chemistry-oriented set. So I think I'm going to rank this middle of the road, and I think I'm going to rank this C. B. No. C. I might change that later. But I think I'm going to rank it C for now. I really liked using the watercolor. Purple's my favorite. Okay, purple's my favorite color. I'm going to move this up to B. This is going to happen a lot. March was my stationery showdown theme. So basically the entire month of March, I was deciding what my favorite stationery items were. And I was having all of my Instagram followers vote on it. And all of my YouTube followers, subscribers, whatever they're called. And so I started April because I didn't pay attention to this. I do really like stationery. I got to do a lot of fun things with this. But it's definitely not one of my favorites in retrospect. I think I want to redo the stationery theme and do a whole different vibe to it. So I think I'm going to rank this a D tier. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm ranking myself. I don't like this. All right. So next up is April. I did the turtle theme. Oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite themes to do. I had a lot of, I had so much fun using the blues and the greens, and I used distressed ink on the craft paper. It looked so good. And I'm actually really impressed with how this cover page came out. And all of those colors are definitely my vibe. So I think I'm going to go with an A tier. I think I'm going to go with an A tier for that one. It's like really, it's on the borderline of S. I really did love that sea turtle theme. I love sea turtles in general. So that one's hard for me. May was my book lovers theme. So when May hit, the pandemic really kind of hit me harder than, because it was like really when it was like setting in, right? So May was a really hard month for me. But I love books, and I do love that I got to explore some of my favorite types of books. But I don't really think the theme itself really came to fruition because I wasn't willing to put a lot of effort into it. So I think I'm going to rank this a C tier. I think I'm going to put it in a holding pattern in the C tier for now. Moving on to June was my jellyfish theme. Purples and blues are my favorite colors. Not that this is doing it justice, but that yellow is a very, very vibrant yellow, and I really like this theme. I like the colors. I used the black, the invisible ink again. So I think I'm going to rank this pretty high. I really like the Dutch door look on the first part. Yeah, I think I'm going to rank this pretty high. I really like the jellyfish theme. So I think, I don't know if I can like rank the jellyfish ahead of the sea turtles though. This is hard. Okay, I think I'm going to keep it at A and maybe look back later. Moving on to July. Okay, so July. This was a really important theme for me, but I'm not sure I did it justice, and I'm not sure I was the right person to do this theme. So my theme was taking symbols of strength and empowerment, especially from cultures, from primarily Black cultures, because obviously what was going around during this time was a lot of forward movement and a lot of protests around racial inequality, things that are still being protested. Obviously, nothing has been actually handled. And there's so much progress to be made, and we need to be doing things every day. So I'm afraid that I wasn't the person to do this. I do like the idea of the theme, this like symbols of strength and using symbols from other cultures. And then doing the Zentangle, someone had commented on my YouTube video that might change the meaning. So while I did my whole July setup, I incorporated Zentangles. Then I switched gears and I kept the symbols black and then did Zentangles around them. So this is in particular for certain cultures and not others. And it kind of just depends. So while I love this theme, I don't think I was the right person to do it. So I think I'm going to rank this a C. I think I'm going to rank this a C because I don't think I did it the right way. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, moving on to August. So this was my birthday month. I really, I was really excited to get back into a blackout notebook. I was really excited that it was my birthday month. But I was having so many mental health issues around August. So I thought that I would be using my bullet journal more to incorporate this Atlantis theme, but I really liked how I did the sticker kit versus how I did this theme in my blackout notebook. And I think it's just because I was sleeping a lot of extra hours because I was not doing well in like with my mental health. So that really translated into what I was able to do in my notebook. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the E tier. D tier? No, I'm going to keep this in the E tier. Which really bums me out because I love Atlantis and I have been waiting to do that theme for so long, and I was dead set on doing it for my birthday, and then my mental health tanked that month. If you go back and you look at my spreads that month, I didn't do a thing. I didn't fill out most of my trackers. Half of my weeks were unfilled out because I didn't have it in me. So I'm really bummed out about it. But there was a pick-me-up in September. This theme, oh my goodness, I loved this theme. I love Mother Nature. I love hiking. I love mountains. And this theme brought all of that together. And it was for the first time in 2020 that I felt like I was addressing my mental health. I was doing, we got our dog, we got Harley in September, and things were going better in September. And I loved this theme. I loved this theme. It was a Scrapbook Mountains theme. And and when I introduced the coppery orange foil later on in the month, I loved it. Okay. Hi. This is S tier. This is S tier. And I know that for certain. I felt so good about things when I created that spread. I'm going to redo that theme somehow, some way, and I'm gonna bring in scrapbooking again in 2021. I just don't know what theme it's gonna be when I do that. But I really, really enjoyed it. Moving on is October. So I started to piggyback off of the September theme, and I did topographic maps for October. For those that don't know, I'm an environmental scientist. I've looked at a lot of topographic maps in my time. Primarily while I was doing my degree work, but I've incorporated it into my work at the EPA as well. So this theme, I love the colors. It's like the topographic map colors, this green, this blue, this red, but in a more muted tone. And this was one of the newer acrylograph sets. And I can't. I love this theme. This one is also an S tier. I did my best work in September and October of 2020 for sure. And again, I kind of see like the arcs when my mental health wasn't doing so good versus when it was getting better. So there's a lot of ties for me when it comes to mental health. The next one is November. We're almost at the end. This is game night part 2. So I've done a game night theme before. It was several years ago. I think it was in 2018, I want to say. July 2018. I think so. And I had such high hopes for this one. I don't think the Blackout notebook was the right notebook to do this theme. Because when I really wanted more popping, I wanted I was trying to play with the black notebook and create that negative space so that when there were pops of color, it was loud. But I think I really needed a white notebook to get the different contrasts and make this theme feel like the board games that I play. You know what I mean? So I had Uno, I had Bop It, I had Candyland, I had Battleship. So those were like my 4 main games that I incorporated. Oh, and Chutes and Ladders. And I incorporated those into my game night theme. But I think the Black Notebook was just the wrong vehicle for this particular theme. So I'm gonna go with a D tier. I'm gonna go with a D tier. I just don't think the Blackout Notebook was the right one for this. And then moving on to December. December, I used my sweater weather kit. It was the first time that I've really utilized a kit in my notebook. I love the colors. I loved using the watercolor paper. I used all my stickers, and I really like using my stickers. I've used them since for different themes. I'm currently using a sticker kit for the theme. I think this one is also that the Blackout Notebook might not have been the right notebook for this particular theme because I was using a lot of pastels. So while all of those colors were popping on the black paper, it felt like the black paper was too dark to work with the pastels. I kind of wish it blended in with the paper a little bit more. So I don't think it was necessarily the theme. I think it was mostly using the black paper. So I kind of want to go C with this one also. Yeah, I think I'm going to go C. It could be B. No, I'm going to leave it at C. I'm going to go with my gut reaction and leave it at C. So we have the Scrapbook Mountains and the topographic maps at the S tier. This was the best of the best in my so humble opinion. At the A tier, I have the 2020 setup, which was Geographic Endangered Animals. I have, look, all animals. A tier is all animals. So I have the endangered animals in the geometric style. I have the sea turtles and I have the jellyfish theme, all in the A tier. Sitting lonely in the B tier is my love potion theme. Sitting in the C tier is my book lovers, my symbols of strength theme, and my sweater weather theme. The D tier is going to be my stationary showdown theme and my game night part 2 theme. And then last but not least, in my E tier is the marathon theme and the Atlantis theme. And it really breaks my heart to have that Atlantis theme. But I think there were just so many outside factors that really got to me in that month. And then I picked it back up in September and my mental health was doing a lot better. But August was hard and it's really sad to me that that's all the way down there. But that is my 2020 tier list. I hope that you enjoy this. If you want to create your own tier list, I will put a link in the description below for a copy of the tier list that I made, and then you can use Photoshop or whatever to create your own tier list. There's also a tier list maker, but I didn't want to connect my Twitter account to it. Not that I do a lot of work on Twitter, but I didn't want to create my Twitter account because they'll like follow and unfollow people for you, and I thought that was ridiculous. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that kind of jazz. I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.